Now, the UK's most luxurious liner is about to receive royal approval in our home port of Southampton. The Duchess of Cornwall will officially name the £300 million Queen Victoria this afternoon. She'll eventually replace the QE2, one of the three previous queens built by Southampton-based Cunard.
It's very important, I think, for Hampshire and for Southampton because this is Southampton's ship. She'll carry the name of the city around the world, and so this really is their ship, and every time she comes in, obviously there's an economic impact for the city, which is a great one.
In the maritime world, it really isn't the start you want at a royal naming ceremony for the newest queen. The Duchess of Cornwall was there to do the honours, but ominously, the champagne bottle didn't break. There were gasps from the crowd of more than 2,000 invited guests at Southampton docks as the bottle failed to smash. Our transport correspondent Paul Clifton was one of those watching. He joins us now. Not a good start then, Paul.
No, Sally, absolutely, and this is the most important day in a ship's life, and the naming ceremony was, it must be said, absolutely spectacular, but it most certainly did not go according to plan. The singer Catherine Jenkins unveiled the ship to 2,000 people in an auditorium built on the dockside especially for the occasion. Then choristers from Winchester joined members of the ship's crew on stage.
Let your blessing be upon this ship and all who sail in her.
Then it was time for the naming.
I name the ship Queen Victoria.
But nothing happened. The champagne bottle remained unbroken, the traditional sign of bad luck. Before the ceremony, the Duchess of Cornwall and the Prince of Wales toured the ship and had a go at sounding the horn. The crew have been practicing for 3 weeks. Many have transferred from other ships, but they've still had a lot to learn.
It's smaller, but I think it's nicer. The Queen Mary is huge. Queen Mary is huge, but it's younger sister, almost.
The stage has better facilities than most theatres on land. The first big show is tonight.
Guests can come in and they feel like they're in a West End theatre. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that there's a slight movement when we're at sea, you would really believe you were in a theatre in the West End.
As a naming ceremony, it was one of the most spectacular yet, and no expense was spared. But nevertheless, one image will inevitably stick in the mind. No fireworks tonight. They'll come at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening as Queen Victoria sails on her maiden voyage. With Miss Carol Marlowe, president of Cunard, rather embarrassing, the champagne bottle not smashing.
Oh, not at all. These things happen. The second bottle smashed within seconds, and we had such a wonderful ceremony. We had Derek Jacobi, Catherine Jenkins, beautiful music. We had Royal Britannia, the whole audience, all 2,000 of them were waving their Union Jack flags and have had a fabulous time.
A few years ago, you had a similar problem at P&O with Aurora, with Princess Anne and the bottle not smashing. Shortly afterwards, the ship broke down. Are you suspicious about these things?
Not at all. These things happen, as I say, the bottle smashed in seconds, and now everyone's on board having a wonderful time. They seem to have thoroughly enjoyed the ceremony, and now the ship is just delighting people.
Camilla, as a choice of person to name the ship, perhaps surprising given that all the previous Cunard queens, thank you, as the ship goes past, were named by other queens.
Now, our tradition is to have a senior member of the royal family, and we were keen to ask Camilla to name this particular vessel, and she agreed, and obviously Prince Charles came with her, and we were absolutely delighted, and I have to say we've had a wonderful day. They've been absolutely wonderful.
OK, thanks very much indeed from a fairly noisy Southampton dockside as the party continues on board. Back to the studio.
An embarrassing moment at the naming of Southampton's new luxury cruise liner this afternoon. The bottle of champagne failed to smash.
Oh dear, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, was forced to watch a man break the bottle on the edge of the £300 million liner. Transport correspondent Mike Pearce's report contains some flash photography.
I name the ship Queen Victoria. May God bless her and all who sail in her.
A spectacular ceremony to name Hampshire's newest luxury liner. Just one problem, the champagne didn't break. It was left to a man smashing a bottle over the side. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, and Prince Charles spent a day with celebrities, including Derek Jacobi and Catherine Jenkins, to mark the launch of the £300 million vessel. Earlier, the royal party took a tour around Victoria, visiting its massive rooms and the bridge, where it was all hands on the whistle.
Shows everybody's guts.
Do you think the market can really take all these extra ships coming in?
All the research that we do shows that the market is growing and growing at a pace, and that demand is still outstripping supply. As far as Cunard is concerned, this is an ocean liner as opposed to a cruise ship. It has a different feel, and so we feel this is a unique product that certainly there's room for another Cunard Queen.
A celebrity choir taking part in ITV1's Britain Sings Christmas sung their carol as part of a Prince's Trust reception.
I think it's important because the Prince's Trust is uncriticisable and does so much work, and I think both of us believe that, don't we?
Absolutely, and one of the most fantastic things about this whole event is the fact that there are young people from the Prince's Trust who are up on stage with us, belting it out, all feeling a little bit nervous that they're about to meet royalty, like we all were.
Victoria may be grand, but what do passengers think? Ted Hancock and Alan Dickinson have been on the QE2 a record-breaking 30 times in 10 years. We gave them an exclusive preview on the vessel set to replace the 40-year-old icon.
I just love it. I really love it. Some traditionalists won't like it, but what they've done is certainly very upmarket, quite grand, but also at the same time you feel comfortable in it. And as long as the standards are kept up, there's going to be no complaints.
I think it should be great. And what we've seen so far is just so splendid. It's not overdone, it's beautiful.
She may be luxurious and have cost £300 million, able to carry some 3,000 passengers and crew. But tonight the first embarrassment, that bottle of champagne is still dangling. Mike Pearson, Southampton Docks.